Hey guys, Mr. Jalapeno here with another episode of Jalapeno Drywall. And on today's project, I'm going to show you how to patch up this hole here using some of these drywall repair clips. And a lot of the times I just use a regular 2x4 or a 1x4 piece of wood. You don't necessarily need to get these, but these come in handy for tight spaces. There's a lot of ways you could go about patching this hole. I've seen a lot of people use the California patch. I personally don't like the California patches. I think they're just not as strong as like if you put backing behind the drywall. But anyways, you're probably wondering like, what the heck, man? There's some pieces of metal just sticking out of the drywall. Not to worry though, you just bend those little clips and they come right off. They're also in the drywall, so they're not gonna be popping out. The next step is, you already know, plastic. I'm gonna be shooting texture with my hopper, so I need to cover everything really good. That way I don't get everything dirty. Next step is get utility blade, and a lot of the times the drywall paper sticks out a little bit, so you wanna cut that off. That way everything's nice and flush. And now that the patch is prepped, it's time for hot mud. This product I'm using is called Easy Sand. A lot of people call it hot mud, quick set. And the reason why I like to use this product is because I could complete a patch in one day rather than have to do it in multiple visits. So as you saw there, I applied the hot mud onto the patch. I just made sure to like really squeeze the mud into the seam. That way I don't get any air bubbles. And after that, I applied that yellow mesh tape over the seams. It's just gonna help strengthen the patch, that way it doesn't crack. Because at the end of the day, you want it to seem like nothing was ever even there, and you don't want to have an issue down the line, so I do recommend to put some mesh tape on it. And after every coat of hot mud, I usually wait about 10 minutes before I apply the second coat. The second coat's gonna help it look really smooth. And as you saw there, after I'm done with the second coat, I wipe the edge a little bit, that way it's gonna blend in a little bit more with the wall. After all that, it's texture time. I was actually doing other repairs around the house, that's why I was using the hopper. And that's kind of why I protect everything really good with the plastic. I use a compressor for the hopper so it shoots all that texture everywhere, and I do not want it to get on anything really. Look, I also covered this little plate, that way the electrician isn't mad at me, or the homeowner. And now all you have to do is just wait a little bit, but remember, this is probably the most important part, how much you wait to knock it down. I usually wait from 10 to 15 minutes before I knock it down. It also really depends on how humid it is that day. Like here in Colorado, it's super dry compared to Florida, for instance. So if you're in Florida, I'd probably just wait a little bit longer before you start knocking it down. And as you saw, I was using a little squeegee to knock it down. It's called the Magic Trowel. You don't necessarily need it. You could just use your regular drywall knife. But if you do want it, or any of the tools and materials I used here in this video, just go to the link in my bio or video description, go to my Amazon storefront and click on Drywall Repair Essentials. They are affiliate links, so I do benefit monetarily if you're kind enough to use them. Oh, and I also have some merch available if you guys want some. I'll have more designs in the future, but yeah, if you want to check that out. And that's pretty much it. Jalapeno Solutions. Boom.